Hannah Hidalgo accomplished a first in ACC history, and we're going to talk about it right here. Welcome back, everyone, to another edition of Her Game, Her Way Women's Basketball. We talk facts and feelings. I'm your host, Rudy Rodriguez Shomont. Hit the like button, subscribe, leave your comments. Let me know y'all thoughts about this content. I appreciate y'all supporting the channel. Hannah Hidalgo was officially named the first player in ACC history to win both the Player of the Year and the Defensive Player of the Year in consecutive seasons, not just this year, but she was the ACC Player of the Year last year. She was the ACC Defensive Player of the Year last year. And once again, Hannah Hidalgo is the ACC Player of the Year and ACC Defensive Player of the Year. Let's talk about it. Hannah Hidalgo led the conference in scoring at 25.2 points per game, third nationally in scoring, fastest player in ACC history to reach 2,000 career points. She currently is second among active Division One players in total points with 2,281, 12th on the ACC's all-time scoring list. She was ACC Player of the Week last week, set for the seventh time this year, the most in a single season in conference history. Defensively, 162 steals, second most in ACC history. She's 3 steals short of breaking the ACC single season record set by former Virginia standout Donald Holt in 1987. So you're talking about a record that has stood for 38 years. Her 162 steals this season are more than the combined total of 15 Division One teams this year. It's the third straight year she has won the Defensive Player of the Year award, and is only the second person to ever do that. The only other person is Duke's Elizabeth Williams, who did it 3 times in a row. So man, Hannah Hidalgo is that girl. I keep talking about her. She's electrifying. She's inspiring. She at 5'6", she does so much more than people. So much bigger than her. I mean, rebounds like a hawk for someone, someone her size. Completely has carried this team this year. Um, she was the only first team All ACC player from Notre Dame. Uh, Similar to what goes on in the SEC. You got 10 players on first team, which again, I will reiterate, I think is absolutely the most ridiculous nonsense I've ever heard of in my life. I don't understand how you can have an all conference team in basketball with with 10 players on it when there's only 5 on a court. I mean, they don't do that in the men's game. So I don't really know why they would do that in the women's game. Doesn't make a lot of sense to me, to be quite frank, and I'll never understand it. So it's like we're in this world of inclusivity, and everyone gets a book like Oprah, everyone gets an award, everyone gets a treat, everyone gets acknowledgement. Like, look, man, back in the day, it was first team, second team, just in general. High school basketball doesn't have 10 people on there, all county teams and stuff like that. They don't have 10 people on their all state teams, unless they've changed that. Because when I was growing up, they sure as shit didn't have 10 people on an all state first team and 10 people on an all state second team and 10 people on an all state third team. It'd be all state, first team, second team, third team, honorable mention. And the reality was, a lot of people that think they're that good are honorable mention. I mean, when you look at this group right here, the top 5 vote getters were Hannah Hidalgo, Toby Fournier, Kimora Johnson, Camille Pierre, and Zoe Brooks. Then the next 5 who should be second team players are Uchi Izoje, is Laura Ziegler, Tanya Mayer, Rashea Kyle, Talia Walker. And so you have 10 more people on this list that really should be honorable mention players. The all defensive team was Hannah Hidalgo, Toby Fournier, Uchi Azoji, India Nivar, Tanya Mayer, and Brianna Turnage. The all freshman team was Uche Izoji, Lara Sumfi, Ariana Roberson. Nyla Brooks, Teresa Higgins, and Milan Brown. So, coach of the year in the ACC. Coach of the year. So, coach of the year was Kara Lawson. Very well earned award. Sixth player of the year, Imari Bailey. Most improved player, Cassandra Prosper out of Notre Dame. It's only because she played a lot more. But I'm looking at this right here. So they have two separate voting things. They have all ACC as voted by blue ribbon league's blue ribbon panel, and then they have all ACC based on the league's head coaches. And in both situations, Hannah Hidalgo was the player of the year and the defensive player of the year, looked upon as the best player in the conference, and I don't think it's remotely close in that conversation. She is electrifying. She is a fabulous, fantastic basketball player, a pit bull, a dog, someone who's coming for your throat at all times. People ask me, I got a comment today on my post on my video on Malaysia Full Wiley and Raven Johnson, and they don't like how I termed stuff calling it beef. Understand something in social media and in YouTube. Terminology is used to create buzz. I don't know if they've got beef or not. I have, and I don't even care. I know that Full Wiley posted what she posted, and it's being posted about not winning Defensive Player of the Year. So guess what? In my world, when you do that, where I come from, in my age demographic, that's a beef. Instead of saying salute Raven Johnson, she says, okay, cool, and then posts a whole bunch of her block shots. And let me address something else separate of that. Someone asked me, you only going to talk about South Carolina, Vanderbilt, and LSU? Yeah, yeah, I am. Those are teams that I actually watch. I'm not going to talk about teams that I don't watch. I can't speak intelligently about teams I don't watch or I haven't watched. And I've talked about more than those three teams. Maybe in the SEC, that's who I've talked about. I watched Ole Miss play when they played LSU. I watched them completely collapse in the fourth quarter. I watched Oklahoma play. You know what? When they played against South Carolina, and I watched them ball out in the fourth quarter and overtime. I've watched UCLA play. I've watched USC play. I've watched Notre Dame play. I've watched UConn play. I've watched Louisville play. I've watched a bunch of teams play. But I'm going to talk about who the hell I want to talk about. If you don't like it, get the hell on. You don't have to watch it. This corny ass mentality that I got to talk about what you want me to talk about. There are literally channels based on specific teams. If you want to watch something about your specific team, guess what? Google it. You will find it. Or maybe there's no one talking about your team. I'm sorry. No, I don't watch the Florida Gators women's basketball team who's trash. I don't do it. I don't even watch the Miami Hurricanes women's basketball team who's not very good. I don't watch them. And I'm a Miami Hurricanes fan. They're not good. I'm not watching it. There's no interest. There are teams that have interest and there are teams that have no interest. You want to watch your home team? Go for it. Google it. Figure it out. But I'm not going to waste my time doing video content on something that's 3 views because nobody cares about it. It's a business. It's fun, but it's also a business. This is my time spent. Again, you don't like it? Get the fuck on. I'm not losing sleep. I'll keep talking about the players that have interest. The same reason ESPN talks about LeBron James every single day, even though the man's 400 years old and clearly not the same player he used to be, but they'll still talk about him all the time because it's a business. And my time is valuable and my time is money. So I know I included that in this video, but it happened this morning from last night. And I'm just like, get over yourselves. And by the way, I never criticized Raven Johnson or Malaysia Full Wiley in that video. Never. I don't know who should be the defensive player of the year. I don't really pay attention to how they play defense in women's basketball. I don't pay attention to how they play defense in men's basketball anymore because there's no defense largely. And women's basketball, tons of fouling in play. Defense includes fouling, lots of fouling. Is Raven Johnson a good defense player? Yeah. Is Malaysia full wide a good defensive player? It seems so, statistically. But I also know that defense is not just about blocking shots and making stealing steals. On-ball defense matters. And steals and block shots are more often than not off-ball things. They're not pickpockets. Yeah, and someone said, of course, she's pickpocket. Yes, I'm sure she has. I'm sure Full Wally has pickpocketed people. I would venture to guess of her 3.1 steals per game that she's not getting one steal a game on a pickpocket. I'm sure the average is probably a lot closer to a lot more than being off of off-ball stuff, hitting the lane, etc., off the ball. And the block shots, again, probably more help side defense. She's a 5'11 guard. I don't presume she's just blocking shots on ball defense. Like, it's not typical. Maybe she is. I'm not sure. I do this for fun. I enjoy it. I talk about it. You like it. You don't. One thing about me is I'm unfiltered in my approach, and if it is what it is. But back to the topic at hand, the main topic. Hannah Hidalgo is a baller. I love watching Hannah Hidalgo play ball. I hope she makes a decision that's beneficial to her. And, at the end of this season, whatever that is, whether it's to stay in Notre Dame or transfer, I just hope it benefits her, because I hate to see this girl playing a team that has just no talent around her. Despite the fact they got 5 incoming freshmen and top 100 players, that doesn't mean those girls are ready to play. So I hope they got something else in mind for her besides her and 5 freshmen, because the rest of their team this year that's left of it, 6 of them are all gone, and the other 3 are not good. So unless there's some magical pill that they got, they're going to get a whole bunch of transfers coming in. I don't know. I want to see her have a chance to really compete with players that can play around her. So that's all I got. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts in the comments. Hit that like button, subscribe. That's all. This is Her Game, Her Way, women's basketball. Probably come on now, the podcast. Come on now.